Hey, welcome to Podcast Heroes. We're on week 8 now, episode 8. Exciting. Oh, and we're a couple weeks into the official launch of the game, too.
Welcome back, Billy.
Oh, thank you.
How was your trip?
It was good. Got shot a lot. Got to shoot a lot of people. You know, it's
nice.
I've borne witness to at least one of your horrific bruises.
Yeah. Got some good ones going on here. The worst one, of course, on my side there, and then an appropriate place to show off, so I won't show all of you guys. But you know,
okay.
Also, I broke a rib.
Wow.
Playing, so you know breathing's really fun right now. And no way at all.
All for the sake of gaming.
All for the sake of gaming. Yeah. So you know, take note, everyone out there. Sometimes it is okay to go outside. You might get hurt, but you'll have fun doing it. Right.
All right.
So what have you guys been up to in the week that I was gone?
It's the Steam sale right now, and my wallet has been feeling the pain. I've been playing a lot of Witcher 3. In the Steam sale, I got Witcher 3, To the Moon, Vanishing of Ethan Carter, Prison Architect, City Skylines.
Nice.
And that's all I've got so far.
Nice. Prison Architect is awesome, and
It's
City
pretty funny.
Skylines is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one thing.
I can tell you like your builder games.
Yeah. No, dude. Of course, they're the best. I've been playing a lot of Heroes actually. Trying to climb up there, and we'll get to that later. But I've been playing a lot of Heroes. Got my Vala Master Skin, very exciting. But now I'm saving up to buy her Master Skin though.
Oh, you just unlocked it. Big whoop.
Yeah.
Congrats on reaching level 10.
Yeah. Level 10 was a stride.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right.
Just playing that game a lot, you know.
And my stem pack, dude. My stem pack's kicking in. It's rolling through.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got like Nova and Brightwing and a ton of other people to level 10 this week.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I still have not reached a single character to level 10.
Wow.
What?
Yep. It seems like every time I get really close, I just switch to a different champion. So I have like 4 or 5
never play them again?
sitting at like level 8. I haven't touched Diablo since the changes that happened to him.
Well, that's...
I was playing him so much, and I haven't touched him since, and it's pretty much the same thing with the other champions. I have Tyrande about halfway to 10, I think.
Wow.
Tyrael about halfway to 10. Muradin almost 10. So I'm getting close.
You got a lot of almost.
Yeah, a lot of almost. I'm not saving my breath. Outside of Tyrael, I don't really like the master skins of a lot of people. And Tyrael's just that black one.
I would
that
agree.
one looks
really
slick.
cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, you know, eventually I'll get there. But I like to focus more on playing the champions that are strong at the time instead of, you know, playing the champions that I'm good at.
Yeah.
Brightwing is always strong.
Yeah, well, and certainly in some cases, Vala, Brightwing, always strong,
yeah.
but the champions I like to play seem to change a lot, so...
I mean, Diablo got a huge punch, and
Huge punch.
No fault for you to stop playing him for a while.
I mean, I've been trying to play him, it's like I try to play him in quick matches, I haven't played him in hero matches at all. He was easily my top played champion, by far and away, well before that patch.
For sure.
And I don't think... I've played maybe 3 games with him in quick matches since then because his early game is just terrible now.
Yeah, dude.
And when you got like Anubrak, Muradin, Tyrael, Johanna,
yeah.
you know all these new tanks that have just risen to the top, I'm not going to be touching Diablo for a while.
Yeah, I'm predicting probably a Diablo buff with the next update with the Butcher. Because the Butcher is going to look a lot like Diablo, and he's going to be able to sustain more than Diablo as an assassin.
Look like Diablo. A lot of people are saying he's going to feel like Stitches, but he's an assassin.
Yeah.
It's an interesting combination. In fact, let's get right into that.
There you go.
I know last week you guys talked a lot about Butcher.
Yes.
He is officially getting released on the public test beta server next week, right? Is that...
Yes.
So
he is.
Let me just plug a line right here. How you sign up for the public test realm, it's actually everybody can join it. It's in a public state right now. Hop onto your launcher. Your realm, you're probably Americas or Europe or Central America, and just switch that to the public test realm. And you'll have to do a little bit of an install to switch over. And then you're in there, and you'll get to try everything that's going to come out on the 30th, 7 days in advance.
Not the 30th, next week. Next week is the 23rd, and that's when things are dropping there.
Right. So, right. You're going to just try it all the week
on the
early.
23rd, yeah, just a week earlier, not on the 30th. It is important to note that any progress you make on the public test realm or test server does not reflect over onto your regular account. So if you're sitting over there getting champions up to level 10 thinking,
don't try hard, okay?
Yeah, it's for fun. It's to test things out.
There'll be bugs, there'll be glitches, but that's exactly what this is for, is to test those out before it comes out.
We also got a new map.
Yes.
The new map coming out. I know that's, again, something else you guys were talking about last week. Okay.
So, some new things. It's called Battlefield of Eternity. It's a two-lane battleground team fight centric mechanic, okay? And there's going to be two bosses known as Immortals in the middle of the map.
You referred to them as giant Tyraels.
Basically, it's demonic Tyrael and good Tyrael fighting each other in the middle of the map. And this is where the team fight centric mechanic comes into play. These are basically going to act as bosses, constantly fighting. But until someone goes in there to tip the scales, it's going to be it's a 0-0 match.
It's like a dead even.
Yeah, okay. Exactly. And then on top of that, it's a 2-lane, and then there's new siege camps, which consist of 3 Khazras. Okay, and these are...
Is that how we say it? Khazra?
Khazras.
Okay.
Khazra singular.
Those come from Diablo.
Yes, those come from Diablo. They're kind of like goat things. Yeah. You'll know them when you see them.
Yeah, you can just look them up.
Yeah, you'll know it when you see it. And then there's also new bruiser camps with 2 fallen hounds and a fallen shaman. And the fallen shaman resummons the hounds until he dies. So that's a new mechanic in all the other battlegrounds. Very important to kill the shaman before, because I've heard that they do serious siege damage. Being a bruiser, but they still do a good amount of siege damage.
I can see people ignoring a lane with those.
Yeah.
And then just resummoning those wolves and taking the whole lane down.
Yeah, I could see that being a big problem if you're not on the game.
Well, and think about if you have 2 bruisers going down the same lane, that's 4 hounds going at once. I mean, that's a lot.
It'll be interesting to see how this map's set up. I'm really interested in the layout, because really all the other stuff that I've seen so far on this has just been cinematic things, which we know never really reflects truly over into the game. So I'm excited. It'll be fun. It'll be all just plain awesome to get a new flavor.
Yeah,
in there.
Of course.
Because I'm starting to get bored of everything else, and I mean, if I have to play another Haunted Mines game, I might shoot myself.
Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but Toma the Spider Queen got old quick, man. I mean, I didn't play. I never got a game for a while, and I got a bunch consecutively, and then I got sick of it. It was like these gems are. I mean, it's, you know what I mean? It's
just no fun to watch your teammate die with 30 gems on them because they would refuse to turn them in.
I have a staunch hatred for that map only because it's the one map where I think maybe Brightwing isn't the right choice.
Wow. Okay.
That's a bold statement from you,
it's
too.
It's a small map. I mean,
but it's because it's so small, and with every other support, mobility really isn't a problem.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, of course, Brightwing's huge
but
advantage.
You still can back, and then seconds later be back and healing everybody up.
Arguably better supports for that map.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
Also exciting, 100% XP for everybody playing the game right now. If you're still working on leveling up because you just started when the game launched, you get 100% XP until the 24th, so a week from tomorrow.
Or if you are level 9 on your champion and you just really want to get it to level 10, you get double XP as well.
Well, yeah, the 100% bonus XP on leveling it up. I'm really not concerned about getting a master skin because there's no way I'm saving up 10,000 gold in order to get to one. It's just not going to happen.
You spend it all in heroes?
I spent it all on Johanna, so I'm still pretty poor.
I'm sitting at 10k,
hey,
wondering what I should do.
You want to give me some?
Maybe I should just wait and get the butcher.
Ooh.
There you go. Get 5,000 more, and then you'll be right there.
There you go. All
right, let's talk about some free week real quick. Bentley was saying earlier, it's a pretty cathartic free week. It doesn't feel special at all, does it?
I think it feels special. I'm so excited to try Kael'thas.
That.
You have Kael'thas, so it's not special to you.
I bought Kael'thas like the second day he was out just because of out of curiosity, and he's amazing. You for sure go try him out.
Is he the one that unlocks it after your account's at level 15?
He is the last one.
Yeah. So if you have an account past level 15, you do get to try him out. So there you go. If you don't, you still have that 100% XP.
Hey,
get
and
to work.
I believe stem packs are still 50% off, so I think you can get a 30-day. Oh, they're not?
Nope, that was just the first week.
Oh my goodness, you guys lost your chance if you don't have it.
But still get a stim pack if you're leveling up.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah, I think that's the only time I've spent actual money on the game worth every single penny.
Oh yeah.
So
for sure.
It gets you there.
So yeah, hero rotation.
Go for it.
So we have Malfurion, Vala, Chen, Brightwing, Kerrigan, and then Sergeant Hammer and Kael'thas. Yeah, pretty straightforward. 2 supports, 3 assassins, 1 warrior, and 1 specialist. And there you go. It's pretty forward. I think we, Aaron, what did you say was your team of the?
Dream team.
I thought that it was like a hands down. It's gonna be Brightwing, Kael'thas, Kerrigan, Chen, Vala. The other 2 that I left out are Sergeant Hammer and Malfurion. I can picture situations where you swap those in, but I don't feel like you need to.
Yeah.
Well, and I certainly agree. I think Brightwing is vastly superior to Malfurion. At DreamHack, which we're going to talk about later, the DreamHack championship that they just had this past weekend, I did see some good Malfurion play.
Ooh.
But that's only when Brightwing got banned from being able to be taken. So it seemed like Malfurion was kind of like my usual got taken, so my usual got banned, so I'm going to bust out the Malfurion now. Hammer also got played a couple of times and sucked. It was terrible.
Interesting.
As the casters were saying, they were excited to see a Sergeant Hammer pick because it's not typical in high-level play. Yeah. And then the team that picked him, at least in the games that I watched, was Gamers 2, and they pretty much showed exactly why Sergeant Hammer is not at the high-level play. It's just the immobility, the inconsistency, all that kind of stuff can really, really kind of hurt your team. So I do fully agree. This is a really straightforward week as far as team goes.
And when Aaron told me his team, I was like, there's no other choice. I could see situations on the map that you would substitute Kerrigan out for Sergeant Hammer, for like maybe siege or damage, because I know Kerrigan, a bad Kerrigan is really bad. Okay, but a good Kerrigan, I mean, I don't know. If you already have a KT and a Vala, that damage is already really good. Okay.
But think about the synergy with a KT and a Kerrigan. Oh,
I agree.
You're escaping my ult or my what is it? His Q? Is that the circle?
No, I think it's the E, isn't it?
Oh, you're escaping my E. Let me just pull you back in.
Yeah, that too, and her stun, which is great. The unfortunate thing is you're stuck with Chen as a warrior.
And I think really the only champion that's worse than Chen right now as far as warriors goes is Diablo.
Yeah, unfortunately. Chen, I've actually never played a game of him, so I can't say much, but I can tell you that he can get out of a sticky situation with his ult. That's about it.
And Chen, a good Chen is incredibly annoying. One of the most incredibly annoying champions to play against, especially with his trait, giving him that shield while he just sits there and casts
it. A true
tank.
tank.
He is, but he doesn't offer any hard CC, only like 1 slow. He does mediocre damage for a tank that doesn't have any CC. Really, honestly, I would even play Diablo over Chen just because I feel comfortable on Diablo. I don't like Chen, and I feel like Blizzard really hurt this week with only having 1 tank, and that 1 tank being Chen.
I agree.
Or maybe, I've seen some actually decent Chens. Maybe they see that we're not playing him. They really believe in his current potential, and they want us to discover it.
And maybe that's the case too, but
but if they want us to discover potential, they should really put Abathur on the hero.
Abathur
December 16th.
Never gonna be on free week again. Yeah. It will be December 16th before he is.
It might be a full year. I mean, we're almost at we're at the 6-month mark now. Officially today is the 16th. It is 6 months since Abathur has come out.
Yikes!
Half a year ago, If you played the game, you could play Abathur.
You could have played Abathur.
But if you didn't, sorry. You're
yeah,
not gonna play it
you snoozed, you lose, like I did. So I still really want to play him.
Just save up and get Abathur.
Because really, at this point, nothing else is going to happen.
Yeah.
All right. DreamHack. Let's talk about some DreamHack. You know, I'm a big esports fan. I know Aaron kind of passively has followed it with League of Legends. I don't know how you are in it, and I have no idea about you at all, Bentley.
I've actually only watched a lot of StarCraft MLG casts, like Huskies, not to, there's a couple people in HD StarCraft or something. And that's basically about it. The other one is actually the Heroes of the Dorm I got really into, and that's it. Yeah. That's about it for esports for me.
Well, I mean, DreamHack was really cool. The caster said that it was the largest to-date European Heroes of the Storm tournament. Had a $10,000 prize pool with $5,000 going to the winners. So, $1,000 a piece, nice. Minus whatever, the organization takes out of there. That's really exciting. I found it unique because it was a rather small tournament as far as teams involved go. There were only 4 teams involved. That was Team Liquid, Gamers 2, Na'Vi, and Fnatic. 3 of them were invited, and then Fnatic had to play their way through in order to qualify for it.
Interesting.
Yeah, and apparently they just pretty well rolled through the competition in order to qualify for it. But really didn't do that well once they hit the tournament. Pretty much the seeding was, Team Liquid was seed 1, Gamers 2 seed 2, Na'Vi seed 3, and then Fnatic were team 4, and that's exactly how the placings fell.
Wow.
Too in the end. Fnatic was 4th, so on and so forth. So I guess in that way, it's kind of interesting to watch. Team Liquid, though.
Yeah.
They were untouchable. They dropped only one game, which was to Fnatic in their first head-to-head. But other than that, they didn't lose a single game. They really showed cool heads and really proved to the fact that, you can win any game no matter what point you're at. Specifically looking at the last game of the grand finals, they were playing Cursed Hollows against Gamers 2, and Gamers 2 had just been running a train on them. They were winning. Team Liquid hadn't got a single tribute up until that point, but then at about the 16-17 minute mark, they just hit a real good stride. They got an insane team fight, got their first tribute, and turned the game around. It looked like Gamers 2 was amateurs at that point, and they just rolled it.
It's so fun when that happens in a game. When you are doing bad, and then something happens, and, you made a great call, or something, got that extra kill, and your team just swamps them.
Yeah.
Do you think this is because the game is so balanced?
I think it's because late game is what makes the difference.
Yeah,
I think
I would agree.
I think it doesn't matter really what happens early game. Of course, early game makes impact. It's not like you want to snooze or anything like that, but all the objectives in the game become more powerful as the time goes on. So if you happen to get a really good lucky team fight or something like that, look at Dragon Shrine or Shire for a perfect example of this. For the first about 10 minutes, that dragon is weak.
Yes.
He can be almost 1v1 by anyone in the game, and it's perfectly fine. You're not worried. The worst that's going to happen is you're going to lose maybe one fort.
Yeah.
Maybe one fort. So really, I think as time goes on in the game is when it matters. So what you got to focus on in the early game is just staying cool. Don't lose it. Don't go on tilt. Sure, you may be losing, but it's easy to turn it around later if you really need to.
And that's pretty different from other MOBAs, don't you think?
I fully agree. League of Legends specifically, because that's the MOBA I played the most. If you got started early, if you got a bunch of kills, bunch of first blood, and you don't play stupid later, you're gonna win the game.
Exactly.
A lot of the issue comes in when people play stupid after getting fed and they end up throwing the game. But if you play smart after getting fed, you're gonna win, and that doesn't seem to happen in Heroes of the Storm. Heroes, you have to be smart every single minute of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which I like. And I think that's why I like Heroes of the Storm so much better than any other MOBA I've played.
Either team can make a mistake.
Either team can make a mistake, and you're going to lose. And it's just such a team-oriented game. Sure, one person can make a huge difference on the battlefield, but really you need all 4 people to back you up.
And that's why it's such an awesome esport to watch. I mean, it's so entertaining to even watch this game being played, and that's why I think it's catching on as a serious esport.
Absolutely.
Than the other MOBAs. And the time, of course.
Yeah, well, and the time's a big one. I went back to watch the replays because I was out of town for DreamHack, so I didn't get to watch all of it. And I went back to watch the replays of it all. The grand finals, 2 games were played in it. It lasted an hour.
Wow.
It was an hour long, and 30 minutes of that, or not 30 minutes of it, but 20 minutes or so was just commentator speculation and whatnot, or them picking their champions and stuff. Actual gameplay probably only about 40 minutes.
If that was League,
that's like one game of League.
Yeah.
Right. If that was League, that would have been one game.
Yeah. So
wow.
that's why I'm becoming a real big fan of it for an esport. That's why it's great for television, which is really what's going to make the impact, make the difference for it to see how esports grows. So I'm excited. Of course, that was a European-based tournament. I think we can all agree that Europe is the strongest region right now.
Not necessarily the strongest team, but they do have more strong teams. Like in terms of
a higher
numbers.
Consistency,
there you
right?
Go.
And Team Liquid is clearly the best of all those. So I'd make an argument that Team Liquid is the best team in the world
at the moment.
Of course, we have
besides our team.
Well, I mean, Nice Guys Network is number 1. So.
What's our name? What's the name of our team? We Are Nice Guys?
No, it's Nice Guys Network.
Okay.
Yeah, we need to change that to We Are Nice Guys.
Because We Are Nice Guys is.
But we will destroy you.
That would make
the Wang will come for you.
Right. It would be Wang. We
Are
Are Nice Guys.
Wang.
Of course, we get to see later this year the World Championship is coming out. We talked about that previously. So I'm really excited. I'm starting to get really hyped for that. And it'll be fun to see who the regional champions are. Okay.
You mentioned StarCraft, Bentley, and I just wanted to get this in. Because of the Steam sale, a lot of other networks have sales as well. Blizzard is doing it as well. It's 50% off all Blizzard games.
All Blizzard games? Because I did see the StarCraft sale.
The StarCraft is half off, and I really was thinking I should get it.
Do you not... Wait, what?
I played it, and I played it early on, and I pretty much played all of the campaign.
What about Heart of the Swarm?
Haven't done it at all.
Dude. Everyone in the comments, please let Aaron know how much he's missing out.
I fully agree.
Have you played it as well?
Yes, I have.
Heart of the Swarm is, I would say, better than Wings of Liberty.
It's only, $19.99?
Or even cheaper or something like that, yeah.
Huh.
It's just awesome, dude. I mean, if you're a slight StarCraft fan,
right,
it's
worth
fantastic.
every doll hair.
Right. All right, moving on. E3.
E3 is happening right now. That's exciting for any gamer.
Yeah.
But of course,
there's news coming out. It has been announced on their Twitter feed just moments ago that there's going to be some major announcements with tonight. That's Tuesday night when we record. And we will update you with those right here. Oh my gosh, we have a ton of news to talk about in a really short amount of time because we recorded the entire podcast already and now are going back after we've learned this news to fill in this part for you. 2 new heroes have just been released.
Crazy. 2 new Diablo characters.
And it's a ton of skins. I saw a Diablo skin that looks amazing. I saw a Nova skin that looks amazing. It was like in a medieval. She had some sort of like awesome lengthened crossbow.
Yeah, we actually debated over if it's a new character or not because it looks so awesome.
It has to be a Nova skin, I think.
I think it is.
Based on her animations. How about I'll go ahead and announce that Diablo's famed character Monk is going to be coming as the first Diablo support. You heard it here first.
Yep, and they actually said that they're changing up talents with the Monk, and you're going to be able to choose your own trait at the beginning of each game, which is very new for any of Heroes players. And then the other new character...
Go ahead, take it away.
...is Mr. King Leoric himself.
Is that the Skeleton King?
The Skeleton King. He's in multiple Diablo games. He's the boss at the end of Act 1 for Diablo 3. And what's cool about him is that when he dies, he becomes a wraith.
And it stays on the battlefield the entirety of the cooldown, and he can just act as normal in wraith form, and he can slow enemies and other CC effects, and any damage that he would have dealt counts against his cooldown for his death.
Yeah.
So he's going to be able to fight and
come back faster.
And he comes back at the spot that his Wraith is standing.
Whoa. So this guy is basically always on the battlefield. We were just talking about Joanna, how she has great map control, and here's another person that I think is going to have great map control.
Tune in next week where we go into extreme detail about King Leoric and the Monk.
Yes.
Which are both coming, as well as we'll take a look and make sure that we have our facts straight on everyone who has a skin, and if there's any more information about a new map.
Yep. You guys heard it here first,
and
folks.
Now back to Billy being slightly confused about what's going on.
So, of course, that's exciting Heroes news from the PC Gamer Show. I hopefully will hear even more stuff as the week goes on. Maybe there'll be more stuff at E3. So we'll try to throw that up on our Facebook page as we hear about that. So definitely follow us. Twitter once I finally get around to making a Twitter, and a website once we finally get around to making a website. We've just been slacking, guys. We're sorry.
Well, he's been out in the wilderness.
I've been out in the wilderness, so...
In our defense, our SoundCloud is a pretty good website if you want to know what's going on.
It's pretty awesome, yeah. So, keep an eye out on all of our medias, and we'll try to keep you up to date with E3 Heroes of the Storm news. All right. So that's all the exciting news. I can't really think of anything else important to talk about.
Yeah.
It's been kind of a slow couple of weeks since the game got released. Since there's just, it's like, okay, the game got released. Now we're going to see what happens with the game. And that's pretty much where we've been.
But I'm loving their long-term campaign ideas. The idea like, hey, during these months, we're going to be releasing a ton of content. And then after that, we've got another set of months where we're going to be releasing a ton of content. They're really engaging us for the long haul.
And that's
They're
actually
saying, come with us for a year and see if you like this game.
That's always been Blizzard's strong point is, being able to get people involved and
completely control my life entirely.
And I love it. Every single minute.
It's like the hook that really gets you in. What other franchises would you like to see as a campaign? Because I know Diablo is the next one. The next one. What other things do you think they're gonna do?
I can't wait to hear what they're gonna do for a new MMO. I know World of Warcraft's coming towards an end. They've announced that it's coming towards an end because they don't want to keep up with it anymore. It's never been officially announced. It's been officially rumored, though, that they're going to launch a new MMO, and pretty much any MMO that Blizzard launches, I'll try at least once.
Okay.
Yeah, I would be excited for a new MMO. I'm also excited for Overwatch, and I think I would like to see the Heroes team launch an Overwatch character maybe 2 weeks before the game comes out.
Kind of hype it a little bit. Mm-hmm. I like that, yeah.
That would be awesome. I think they're going to be adding Overwatch characters
They've already
Heroes
confirmed.
Of the Storm. Yeah, because, there's so much potential. It's basically...
It's a shooter.
They're like,
it's a shooter, so they can take that right into a MOBA.
They were thinking, how can we add infinite characters without having to change our old games? Hey, we'll just make a new game where we can add infinite characters.
There you go. All right, well, let's talk about the brand new champion that's been out, Johanna. Personally, I'm in love with her. I think I've played maybe one game not as her since she came out. I can't stop it. I'm loving it. She's great.
And you're good.
Her skins are good. I love her color variation. And thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm that good, but, I try.
We don't have a lot of great tanks.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not the great tank.
Right.
Yeah.
Bentley's pretty good on
Muradin,
I got other than that,
Joanna's been a great new installment for the game. I've seen some insane plays with her. She'll run across the map and just, do her W right at the condemned, suck them in.
Love that condemned.
Was it you, Billy, telling me that there was people just flaming you in game? Why would you pick Johanna? She's the worst champion in the game.
Yeah, when she first came out, people were like, "Oh my God, don't pick this champion. Nobody knows how to play her. You don't know what you're doing. Blah 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 blah." It's like all this ranting and raving, and then I'd get into game and I controlled the battlefield because that's what Johanna does so well. She has insane CC and insane utility in that way with the slow on her Q, the suck in knock up thing with her W, and the blind with her E. Plus, her two ultimates both do some form of, crowd control, if I can even speak English there. Do some form of CC there. Really, she's built to control the fight, and that's what I love about her.
Yeah, and her kit's awesome, and I think you're about to go in depth about what her kit is.
Okay. I have put together a little bit of build for you guys, just, to kind of throw out some flavor. Of course, being Heroes of the Storm, any variation works, but really here's kind of the strongest stuff that I like a lot. Something I've been seeing recently, though, that I personally haven't tried is with the level 1 talent. A lot of people like to take Knight Takes Pawn. Knight Takes Pawn is essentially a bonus for her W, where she does 400% increased damage to minions and monsters, and stuns them for an extra amount of time. So it's really good for clearing the lane, it's really good for taking camps, but it's something I have not yet tried.
What I can say is on Sylvanas, everyone underestimated the ability of that, what's it called? Her first level talent that increases
the damage to
minions and mercenaries.
Oh, that's
200%.
Essential. Yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah, and so that DreamHack is what really kind of got me on the idea of it. It's like maybe I should take it. Maybe I should go ahead. Of course, the alternative to that is the one that I usually take. It's called Reinforce. Basic abilities. Give her 2 stacks of block. And then she can also stack on top of that.
Wow.
So she can
So
really avoid some damage if she's fighting like a Tychus, a Raynor, anyone who's basic attack based. She's really good. So she's able to handle assassins with that. That's your key there. Look for assassins. Look for basic attack users. If you're playing against like a lot of ranged assassins that use a basic attack, a Nova, anything like that, take Reinforce. Otherwise, take Knight Takes Pawn because it's insane, and I really can't wait to get home and try it out. The tier 2 abilities, I think there's only one choice here, and that's Laws of Hope. It increases your health regen as well as gives you a 20% health heal over time. I believe it's over 4 seconds. I don't think there's any competition with it. The only thing that I can consider taking is amplified healing instead, simply because if you have like a Raynor or a Rhaegar or a Lily or somebody with really good heals, then that'll just help keep you alive for that much longer. But I have yet to take anything but Laws of Hope because it is just so powerful.
Okay, so that's an active?
Well, the health regen is a passive on it, and then there's the 20% heal over time, and that is an active.
Okay.
Crusade Marches On is the tier 3 talent I take. It lowers the cooldown on your trait. I know earlier we were talking about all of her abilities. Her trait, though, is really what makes her incredibly strong. It gives her a shield as well as makes her unstoppable. That means you can run into against all these, new tanks that are huge. Muradin and Nubarak, who have great crowd control. You can just run and stand in front of everything they do and take no damage, and you don't get stunned, anything like that.
And think about how many skills they would waste on you, until you'll have time to...
It's very irritating.
Exactly.
It is. And this Crusade Marches On is essentially a way to lower the cooldown on the trait. It'll also work really well with tier 5 talent that I'll talk about. But first, let's talk about the ultimate. This is one I am still undecided on. I cannot figure out which one I like more. Her Blessed Shield is a very good ability. If you can hit somebody with it, of course it's a skill shot, but it's a really good way to help disengage your team or initiate a fight if you're able to catch someone. On the same hand, I think one of the best initiations in this game is Falling Sword. If you're coming out of the blue, if you're surprising the enemy team, Falling Sword is amazing. You drop in there, you hit them all, you knock them all up, and you deal a crap load of damage while you're doing it. I've been trying to, just like figure out the best time to use Falling Sword, though, and I've come to discover if my team's really not the ambushing type of team, or if it's like we're getting caught or things like that, Falling Sword's not that effective because you're up in the air for a couple of seconds, unable to do anything. You can't drop down any sooner. You have to wait till the time runs out. So essentially, if you're the only tank on your team and you're in the air for 2 seconds, that can really harm your team. So it's great for initiation. It's great for ambushes. It's terrible if your team keeps getting caught. Take Blessed Shield otherwise.
Okay, so this might depend on your team and the map.
And the map, absolutely. I love taking Falling Sword on Blackheart's Bay because there's so many places that you can ambush the enemy team from, or if you need to suddenly get over a wall or anything like that.
Yeah.
Falling Sword is a great path to go.
Yeah. Okay. But on the other hand, that basically a 3-hero stun that can potentially interrupt 3 heroes' ults. That's pretty detrimental.
That's pretty detrimental. So it's all about being able to hit your skill shots and who you're playing against.
Okay.
Really, there's no wrong path here as long as you know what you're doing with that ultimate. Hold Your Ground is the tier 5 talent. I don't think there's any debate here. I know some people like to take the Spell Shield. Some people like to take Subdue, things like that. But Hold Your Ground increases that trait so well, and it synergizes so great with Crusade Marches On from tier 3. It increases your Iron Skin, which is your trait, by 20%, and if it gets destroyed before the time runs out, it decreases the cooldown by 4 seconds.
Wow.
It's insane.
So isn't that an instant?
Almost an instant recap. Yeah,
wow.
On it, especially once you mash it with Crusade Marches On. It's absurd. It's crazy. I could see a nerf for it. I don't want to see a nerf for it, but I could see one. Yeah, it almost lets you keep Iron Skin up like for at least 50% of a battle, if not more. Wow. So yeah, and really that's what lets Johanna just be the incredible tank she is. So really, that's all on all on you to be able to get in there and utilize that cooldown really well. Otherwise, Hold Your Ground is just worthless. But if you're using that cooldown, it's amazing. Imposing Presence for tier 6 talent. I don't think there's any debate here. Imposing Presence, I take it on any champion that I can get it on. It decreases auto attack speed of enemy champions by 50% if they're hitting you. So it's almost like just a slow on auto attacks. And of course, you want to be the first one in there. You're the one who's standing in the way, so hopefully everyone's hitting you and it slows down their auto attacks as they're attacking you, and you get to just keep on living on because they're not able to attack you nearly as fast. You combine that with the tier 20. Tier 20 is undebatable here. Indestructible. Nothing in the game matches Indestructible at all as far as tank abilities go. If you take fatal damage, instead of dying, you get 100% health shield that'll stay on you for a very good amount of time. I believe it's 2 minutes almost, or no, it's a 2-minute cooldown. It stays on you for 5 seconds, which really just means that you have to have the most incompetent healer in the world to not get you alive after you have that shield on you, because that's essentially a second life that's instantly on you. Yeah. And then if you just have the healer right there, you're good to go. There's no point. If you're taking anything but Indestructible, you're playing Johanna wrong, and there's no debate.
That's
there.
A bold statement.
Yeah, that is very bold.
I
haven't read the others, so I can't say
I'll stand by it 100%.
But I have seen people, and even if there's all 5 of us and Johanna's out of place, once we see that shield come up, we just ignore her for 5 seconds.
Exactly.
Usually we send one to go and follow her so that we can pick up that kill, hopefully. But we just shift our focus away.
Well, and you think about this combination, though. I mean, if you have Laws of Hope, that tier 2 ability, as your shield is on there for 5 seconds, you get that extra time to regen some health. And if by chance the active of Laws of Hope, the 20% heal on you, is up and ready, you're going to come back into the fight with 20% health after taking fatal damage and having taken all the damage that your Indestructible shield can take. I don't think I've once died with the Indestructible shield on. I think people have to wait until it falls off because of how hardy of a shield it is.
That's what I mean. It's so hard to double kill Johanna.
Yeah. No, I fully agree. And that's why I love playing her. She's just, to me, she's the perfect damage soaker. Nobody in the game takes hits as well as her outside of maybe Muradin with Avatar and Stone form going on.
Yeah.
Other than that, she's unstoppable, and it's wonderful.
So with your build, I'm seeing a lot of sustainability, staying out on the battlefield, not dying. That's important. Not giving the enemy that EXP. Having that tank always on the battlefield. That's important as well.
Right.
But could you see someone going a more damage heavy?
I think it's useless to try to be damage heavy on Johanna. She's not built for that at all. If you want to go damage heavy, you need to go Muradin. You need to go
Anubarak?
ETC, Anubarak, it's like any of those champions that are built for it. Johanna's not built for it. Johanna's out there to control the battlefield and depend on her teammates to pick up the kills, because if you have a good Johanna, you're not going to escape her, and hopefully she can slow you down enough so that your team can kill any champions that need to be killed.
I think until they nerf her, if that does happen, the only current strat to play against her is avoid her, kill everyone on her team, and then kill her, basically. And that should be the rule for every other warrior, but usually they're dealing enough damage for them to be a nuisance. But if Johanna's not dealing enough damage, it's sometimes easy to ignore, but that condemned can really get the team out of position.
Yeah, it can really screw up their positioning. It can, you can pull, squishies up into your front line. You can pull your tanks off of your back line. It's just so much battlefield control in one champion, and that's why she doesn't do that much damage, is because it would be unfair. Yeah, well, her W, and then she of course can blind everyone on the enemy team with a good E. She can slow everybody on the enemy team with a good Q. You just have to be on point with those skill shots, but if you can do that, there's no killing her and no killing the enemy team.
Billy, I'm going to put you on the spot.
Okay.
Because you're our Johanna expert, and I'd like to add this question each week about, or every time we do a build, and maybe give this information. Name 2 champions who synergize really well, and name 1 champion who you feel that you almost directly counter.
Ooh.
I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Directly counters, that's easy. The two true assassins in this game, Nova and Zeratul. Every single ability Johanna has a way of pulling them out of their stealth, and she can step in front of them and take all the damage they deal out and walk away from it perfectly fine. There's so many times I've been able to walk in front of a Nova when she does her sniping shot, or when she's doing her ultimate triple tap, and I walk away with at least 50% of my health, and the teammate she was going for does nothing. Zeratul, the same thing. Zeratul is really dependent on being up in your face. Johanna just pulls him right off, blinds him so he can't do auto attacks, and slows him down so he can't catch back up.
And it's not like his auto attacks will do anything to you if you're going with Billy's build.
Exactly.
I mean, it'll take at least 4 auto attacks to even making a scratch.
Exactly. So those are the 2 that straight up counters.
Those are good points.
Yeah, no, and that's what I love about playing Johanna against a Nova or against a Zeratul.
You'll have to remind me, does she have an AoE kind of like Diablo's?
No, the AoE she has is the Condemn, which is what pulls everybody in towards her.
That circle thing.
Yeah.
That's a pretty and now, does that kill Zagara's creep?
Ooh.
It exposes it. It doesn't do enough damage to kill it.
Yeah.
Her E and her Q will flat out kill it, but not the W. It will expose it, however, which is always nice.
So you have to throw a second ability on it.
Yeah. Or just auto attack it.
I was going to say, that seems really strong.
Uh-huh. No, it'll expose it, which is really nice. Synergy.
Yeah.
That one is tough.
I mean, looking at Condemned, dude, that's already a great way to synergize with other heroes.
And that's what I would argue, is that I don't think there's a hero she doesn't synergize with. Since she is all about control, I guess you would want to look at heroes that have a hard time keeping up with people. I'm thinking Kael'thas specifically here, because he doesn't really have either an escape or a way to catch up to somebody. So if Johanna can do a really good condemn on people and keep the enemies controlled for Kael'thas just to keep hitting them, that's really good synergy there. I actually really, really like laning with healers as Johanna. It's low damage output lane, but you're never going to leave that lane. You never need to, you never back, because Johanna will sit there and take all the damage. The healer will heal him back up, and you can just sit there and really kind of become a wet noodle fighter, where you're just keep on whacking the other guy, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's not much damage, that's not much damage, but 5 minutes later, suddenly they're out of 4th health, and they're having to leave, and you get the free XP from that lane. So I love laning with a Lily, I love laning with a Rhaegar, just really any healer, too.
Wow. Okay, well, there you go. For anyone who's playing Johanna and are confused, here's a great build, and there are some synergies and some
counters. Yeah,
sorry,
there you go. I was trying to think of it too. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, all I was gonna say was shoot us an email at niceguysnetwork@gmail.com. Do the nice guy thing and like us on something. Look down in the comments section and you'll be able to find it.
And let us know what you think of the Johanna build. If you have any counterpoints to that or anything like that, let us know. We love hearing from you guys, and we'll include it in our next podcast.
Last but not least, watch us climb.
Watch us climb.
Watch us climb.
Billy, you were not a part of it.
I was gone all week.
But Michaela was with us. Nice girl Michaela was with us. So we're going to have Michaela jump in and join us for this segment. Welcome back, Michaela.
Hey, guys.
So during this game, I was playing Brightwing, and we had a rando Lost Vikings with us. Who were you playing?
I was playing Muradin, and Michaela, you were playing...
I was Jaina that game. That was only my third time playing Jaina.
You did really good.
Okay, and then there was also a Falstad as well. So,
right.
Muradin, Jaina, Falstad, Lost Vikings, and...
Brightwing. And we were on Blackheart's Bay.
Yeah, so you can see the lack of tank. We won. It was a good game, but I think what really got us through this was great teamwork with all, like, us three mainly. The two randos were... Lost Vikings did a great EXP contribution.
It was really interesting to see, because you don't really ever think of the Lost Vikings in Blackheart's Bay as just sitting in lane soaking, but that's pretty much what this guy did. He pretty much exclusively soaked and kind of forgot all about the coins, which was fine, because generally the way that we play is very coin focused.
Yeah.
So him doing that really lended itself to our benefit.
Yeah, it was rough at times because we were missing a hero, but we were gaining that extra levels. So the enemy team was always at least 2 levels behind, and we basically, teamwork makes the dream work, guys. Jaina, Brightwing, and Muradin, whenever I threw that stun out, Jaina had her, her Blizzard, heavy damage, Falstad doing some heavy damage. And Falstad actually giving him props for this rando. He was jumping around, going to each chest whenever it pops up.
Well, and that's what I'm seeing with this comp. You guys got, outside of the Lost Vikings, you guys got great mobility. Jaina and Muradin have great CC, and then Falstad and Brightwing can just zoom around the map, getting those camps, getting those chests, and it just seems like it would be very advantageous.
And Falstad was not one of the people that we brought in, but I was really glad to see him, and I didn't think I would be in Blackheart's Bay right away, but I was really glad to see him because at any moment he can just fly to the turn-in and turn in before anybody can possibly get there.
Yeah, and that's why I think we were giving him most of the coins just because of his mobility, but I also had some. I was the main punching bag of the team, and then Aaron was basically keeping me alive.
Well, and it looks like you guys were playing against 2 supports. You had a Rhaegar and a Lily, on top of a Nubarak, who's arguably the best tank in the game right now. I mean, did you guys have any issues with that, or was your damage output enough?
Yeah, our damage output was enough. Me and Anubarak were pretty head-to-head, our stuns going back and forth all the time. Sylvanas did some pretty good damage, but other than that, they had Raynor as an assassin, and he does not deal that much damage as an assassin.
When we were in group fights, it was harder when both of the supports were there healing the people, because we only had one healer.
Right, but I think that just goes to prove that all you need is Brightwing.
Yeah, I mean, because you were healing all of us at once at a time. Like that's crazy.
Well, and I mean, it's surprising to me. Like, I feel like looking at this enemy team outside of the Raynor, every pick was great. I mean, Sylvanas is amazing on Blackheart's Bay.
Oh yeah.
Lily is solid heals. Raynor's even better on, Rhaegar's even better on heals, and the Nubarak's so good. Do you guys think that if the Raynor had been a different pick, say a KT, maybe a Falstad themselves or something like that, do you think the game would have gone different?
Yes, I think that if Sylvanas actually played well,
I was gonna point that out too.
Yeah, if she,
it's worth noting that Sylvanas took my advice and was playing the ignore everything and get coins build, but then she was delivering them to our team at the turn alone.
And Raynor, he I think he was a new player. You start out playing Raynor. I think he was used to playing Raynor, kind of slow. I could see him not really. Let's see.
Well, that just totally takes away all of our credibility, Bentley. Oh, we won because the other team was
just
absolute
terrible.
noobs.
I mean, they were rough, man.
Well,
And it just goes down. You just have to know how to play the heroes.
That's how it is right now. There's a bunch of new people on the Nexus from the game just launching, so
A lot of
quick
people.
matches are pretty easy right now.
Right.
You got to take advantage.
you're on
of
the
that
right
while you can.
team.
Yeah, exactly.
People like Michaela who've been here, a month now. They're basically experts in the eyes of these
Watch
noobs.
out.
So let's give the listeners a quick roundup of what our rank is right now. Actually, Aaron, let's start with you.
So I went up, I went down, and I arrived back at rank 24.
Fantastic.
Wow.
What about you, Bentley?
You're moving up. I am at 38, guys.
Hey,
I
look at
am
you.
losing points. I am gaining points. Okay, up and down, round and around we go. But I've been playing a lot, and I mean, last time we talked, I think I was at like 40 or like 42.
Hey, so you're getting there.
I mean, I'm moving up there, man. All right, and with the
So
vol-
You can have the confidence that at a party with
Yeah.
50 people, you can look at 12 of them and be like, I'm better at heroes than all 12 of you.
There you go. There you go.
What about you, Michaela? Where are you at?
I think I'm still at 40, I believe.
Okay.
I'm not too sure. I've been kind of scared to play the games by myself. Yes.
Oh.
That is definitely a factor
The
in
team-
Hero League. If you go in with a team of 5, I feel like you're going to win more often.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
If you're all
Hopefully.
in communication.
Unless
and-
they're all terrible.
Yeah.
Okay, what about you, Billy?
I'm 23, so I'm top dog in
Nice.
this group.
Wow.
Yeah.
All hail the mighty Billy.
Yeah, something like that. I actually reached a peak in 19 just over a week ago, and then I think I lost about 10 games straight. And so that dropped me down to 23. The 10th game, of course, being today. It was heartbreaking. It was terrible. It was a base race, and we lost it because Vala sucks.
Well, you said it was the first time you playing in a while.
It's true. We'll blame it on that. How about
Yeah, I mean,
all
you
right.
kind of get rusty if you haven't been playing a while, and your skills are just not on point.
I mean, I'd been spending all my time outside, and the high def environment that's out there. The graphics are insane, and respawns were happening too. So
There you go.
yeah, it's just the change of venue, change of game. Wasn't ready. Wasn't ready.
More realistic, right? Those bruises.
More realistic, yeah. You actually get hurt when you play paintball. Apparently.
Well, we're glad you're back.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be back.
I think that's it for this week.
Yeah.
I don't have anything else myself.
Michaela will give you another chance to take us out.
And thanks for listening to Podcast Heroes, where we podcast about heroes.